This real spill with Shyne Shin, y'all. Checking it. Yeah. Then my boy Sosa 808. You can download this beat on livemixtapes.com. Y'all go check him out. Yeah.
Sauce, man, this beat crazy.
One of these days I'm gonna let y'all have it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bust a freestyle. Cause y'all know y'all think I done lost it. I can't still do it, man. I ain't ready yet though. Yeah, man. Y'all welcome to another episode of Real Spill with Shyne Shin. It's your boy Shyne checking in one more time. I got my boy OZ with us again today. OZ, tell him what's up, man.
How you doing, man? Happy Mother's Day to the mothers worldwide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gutta, say what's up to the people, man. I got Gutta in the build.
What's going on, everyone, man? Happy Mother's Day to y'all, man. Good and bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gutta say hey to Happy Mother's Day to the good, the bad, and the ugly mamas out there. He wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all y'all. I'm gonna say fuck you to the bad mama. Y'all said goddamn, y'all said it's bad example like that. But to all the great mamas out there, I do want to say Happy Mother's Day. And even to the ugly mama, as long as you're a good mama, you know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day to you too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start this thing out doing the same thing that we do every day, drop off the news stories of the day that could affect your world tomorrow. First thing I want to do is tell everybody out there, if you're checking in right now, go on ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow, and make sure no matter what you do, hit that bell over there so you can get a notification every time I drop a brand new video. Now, it's Mother's Day, and there's coincidentally everybody still talking about that whole abortion issue. They say the Supreme Court is set to overturn the Roe versus Wade decision that's been in effect for I think over 40 years now. I ran across this article that was addressing it, and I felt like we could go ahead and talk about it in this way today. The article comes from the Mary Sue. This is a magazine, I'm assuming. It don't look like a newspaper or nothing like that. So I'm assuming it's a magazine. He starts off, there is so much that is horrific and frightening, dystopian about the Supreme Court's leaked draft to overturn Roe versus Wade. There's the blatant lie from the conservative justices who swore before the Senate to uphold that statute. There's the willful betrayal of what most Americans want, and there's the fear of what other civil rights will face the chopping block next. And that's the part we've been talking about. If you give them this one thing, you never know how far this situation could go. And it's it's always when 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 a particular group is in trouble that they want to try to bring the black people on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like when before then they don't be caring about us and our situation and our plight. It's just like how when the feminist movement needed more numbers to make their movement grow, that's when they started reaching out to the black women. You know what I'm saying? And the feminist movement, for the most part, destroyed the black family. You know what I'm saying? And it goes, you know, it's, you can look at the effects afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like you can't see what's been going on. You got them strong black women, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they don't need a man and all this right here. But at the end of the day, it's just like how Beyonce was telling all the single ladies what's up, and then she was going home to her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like people, people do the most when they need you the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, this lady went on to talk about a particular phrase within the draft that she thought was pretty insidious. She said that the phrase, whereas the domestic supply of infants relinquished at birth or within the first month of life and available to be adopted, has become virtually non-existent. Now we're gonna sit that statement. You know what I'm saying? The same way she wanted to sit with it, we're gonna sit with it for a little while. What she's saying that this line means is that they're saying that there are no available babies to be adopted, no very young babies. A lot of people, as we know, don't want to adopt no 5 and 6, 7, 10, and 14 year olds. You know what I'm saying? And I, for one, can't say I blame nobody for that decision because you don't want to have to deal with the sins of somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that child has been through and what kind of behavior he has learned in his life by being with these other situations. You don't want to put that on you and your family. And I can't say that I can't judge on that. But it's just the situation that we in. Now, it's sad. Basically, what that's saying, though, is that if you feel that we need to stop people from having abortions because we need a bigger supply of babies for people to adopt, then what you're saying is that you don't give a fuck how this mama feel. You just want to make sure that this well-to-do family that wants a baby is able to get a baby. So again, what you have done is you have taken the wants of the poor and not gave a fuck about. No, you're taking the needs of the poor in order to support the wants of the rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's always that kind of situation. And they would listening to this, you would think that it's a shortage of kids that was able to be adopted. But as of right now, in the United States, they say it's over 400,000 children that's in foster care. Now people get into foster care with different kind of ways, you know what I'm saying? Like it's more than one way for you to end up in foster care. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But the statistics go that they say every year 20,000 youth age out of the foster system. That's when they turn 18 to 21 or when they finish high school, depending on where you live at and everything like that. The children that age out of foster care are at increased risk of poor educational outcomes, experiencing homelessness, and being unemployed, which you can understand. I mean, you could take everybody sitting in this room, for example. If we got kicked out of the place that we lived at as soon as we graduated high school, we probably would have been homeless. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go because you done aged out. You just gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what you give a person at that point. Like it's hard to give somebody enough to sustain them to get on your feet like that. You need time more than anything. You know what I'm saying? The money you liable to blow through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you get a crib and try to put some furniture in a place. It ain't like when you staying at your mama house, you get to take your bed from the house. You know what I'm saying? You get to take your childhood dresser and shit. Like right here, these kids get thrown out there with nothing. You know, and so to me, that's a reason why we should support the ability for people to get abortions because we're putting a lot of damaged people that's behind the eight ball out here in these streets. Whereas the mama knew she couldn't take care of them. The mama might have knew she was on drugs. The mama might have do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't. It ain't our job to tell these women what the decision is. Now, but like I said and we said the other day, I do think it should be a two-party thing. Now, which even when you get into that, that's a little strange. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say that this chick come and tell you that she pregnant with your child, woo, woo, and y'all go to have an abortion, come to find out she was fucking old boy too. You know what I'm saying? So you might have consented to kill his baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, or she could just get her brother or one of her friend, her bros to go up there with her. At this point in time, it ain't no saying who's the father. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be hard for. I know we had talked about that two-party system the other day, but as the more I think about it, like I don't even know how that could work. So at the end of the day, since you can't put no regulation on, I feel like it should be up to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, like, I don't think we should let them take any rights back. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Like, I don't give a fuck what the right is. The most minuscule thing, I don't think we should let them take nothing back. If anything, we need to get more. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be the freest country in the world. Like, why we got so many restrictions? You understand what I'm saying? Now, restrictions that are for the better of everybody in the world. I understand. Murder should always be illegal. You know what I'm saying? stabbing and beating and all that kind of shit should always be illegal. Damn near anything you do that hurts someone else should always come with some consequences. But a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like telling me I can't grow a garden in my yard but so many feet before I have to pay taxes. Now that's bullshit. How I'm in the land of the free, but I ain't free to feed myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that? How I should be able to, if I own land, I should be able to put a pig out there, a cat there, whatever I want to put out there to feed me and my family. Without having to go through all these regulations and zoning and doing all that right there. I- and I don't think I should, well, I bought the land. Look, it ain't like the government come out here and cut my grass for me. It ain't like the government come out here and do landscaping for me. You know what I'm saying? So what am I paying you for? So I got to buy the land and then pay you for the right to have the land. So I mean, but this is all things that have been voted on that nobody has challenged. You know, governments are making a lot of money. They don't need our money. You know what I'm saying? They already making a killing through the police. You know what I'm saying? They already running amok through the police department. So why they need our money on the other end too? And it's just it seems like it's just this country. You'll never own a damn thing. You'll never own a damn thing. Now they say that I want to keep on talking about these kids before I get too off topic. I didn't know that in order to be considered a special needs kid in foster care, it's like five conditions, and it kind of fucked me up. One of them being an older child. You can understand that don't nobody want an older child, so they might consider that a special need. Having a particular racial or ethnic background makes you a special need. That one right there was the one that threw me off. I would like to know specifically what racial or ethnic background is. Being part of a sibling group that need to be placed together, I know that got to be hard to do. You got to find somebody who's going to take three or four children at one time. You know, medical conditions, physical, mental, or emotional disability. And if you add me, anybody that done been placed in foster care gonna have some physical, mental, or emotional disability. That's everybody. Shit, most of the people out here walking around that you see every day dealing with some kind of disability on some kind of end or another. Uh, I mean, anybody tell you life ain't hard, they done had a game. You know what I'm saying? Like just going out here and surviving every day. You deserve everything you can get. Because, boy, it's a, it's a it's an achievement just to make it every day. Now we're gonna continue with the original article. There was something else in the bottom of it that kind of threw me too. I found it interesting. It said that um this paragraph starts off, and this says nothing of the systemic racism inherent in forced birth and adoption. Across the globe, white colonists have practiced forced adoption as a means of separating indigenous children from their parents, adopting them out to white families to be assimilated into Christianity. This heinous practice occurred for decades in Australia, Canada, the UK, and America. Now think about that, man. They don't force these people to have babies so they can get into white. And then once they get on with white folks, they kill the generation. They gonna make sure they continue to breed with other white folks, and they break the bloodline completely down. You know, and I wanted to that part that got kind of interested me. So I did a little other research on it, man. And you know that in 1978, now you would think this was some shit that happened a long fucking time ago.
Right.
In 1978, the Indian Child Welfare Act was passed to protect children in tribal communities. However, even in 2003, there were more than three times as many Native American children in foster care compared to Euro American children. Now, if it ain't that many Native American children out there, period, how the hell they three times more likely to be in foster care than anybody else? They still taking these children.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, they still taking these kids, man. That shit wild. Boy. That shit wild. I and this study right here, they was talking about a tribe up in Maine. I didn't even know Maine had Indians up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. I
go down there.
I read a while back, man, that Maine is one of the few places that you're a person of color you can really get. I read that. Yeah, man, I read that per capita African Americans make more money in Maine. That's what I read. Maine might be the spot, y'all. We're gonna have to think about it. Our next story that we got coming up today takes us to the sunny state of California. Husband, yeah, man. Husband sues California hospital for the cultural racism that led to the death of his wife during labor. Now, I don't know if it's just in us or not, but I, for one, don't trust. You know what I'm saying? And the older I got, the less I trusted the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear things, you know what I'm saying? You see things. You have people that you know went to the hospital with nothing wrong with them and died. You know what I'm saying? Like, and and I think too. Now, I'm not talking about this case that we finna get into. I'm just talking in general right now. I think too a lot of the situation be that a lot of us don't have insurance. You know what I'm saying? And so you get treated a certain type of way when you ain't got no insurance in this country. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter, the coup de grace, all that stuff. And so we get less than stellar care. They just patch us up and get us on out the bill. Whereas if you got insurance, they'll keep you there for a long time. You know, yeah, man, they gonna bleed that insurance dry for your whole state. You know what I'm saying? But when you ain't got nothing they can bleed, goddamn, they finna got them hurry up and get you up out of there. No. Now this story right here is it starts out just over 6 years ago. A soon-to-be mother of two died in the operating room, only 17 minutes after delivering the second child born to her and her husband, Charles Johnson. According to the CDC, black women die at a rate 3 times higher than that of white mothers during childbirth. And Johnson is unwilling to let his wife become a statistic without due justice. He is suing Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for what he says is the culture of racism within the institution that led to her death. Now, we're going to stop right there for a minute because I've been saying for months now that we got to start back raising doctors, man, because that's the only way we can protect us. You know what I'm saying? If everybody else get to go to doctors that look just like them, we don't get to go to doctors that look just like us. We got to go to an Indian guy or a white guy or somebody else like that. It's rare for you to be able to find a black doctor. And if you do find one, he don't have it's esteemed a practice as that white guy. You know what I'm saying? One of those because for the most part, it's he don't be in our networks and shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't be including him in our network shit when we got insurance. You know, it that's another thing I think fucked up. Like, I should be able to go to whatever fucking doctor I want to go. We supposed to be the greatest country on earth, and they love it. I don't even know if they still say that shit or not. I ain't heard that shit in a long time. But I know they used to say it back in the day. We were the greatest country on earth. But there's so many other countries taking care of their people better. Now,
What we do, we take care of other countries.
yeah, man. Seem like every week we sending more millions and millions of dollars over there to Ukraine. We got these people over there. Just and we need the money here. I could understand if we had it straight here.
That is the bill. How the heck, what that bill you from?
And my thing is, man, when we going through trouble, don't nobody send us shit. Don't nobody send us a goddamn thing. Man, I might help my neighbor out the first 2 times, man. But when I get in trouble and he ain't have me no helping hand, he can be through with it. I'm through with that shit, dog. I'm through with that shit. But it's I'm telling you, man, I feel like it seems like we paying out the rest of the world for something. You know what I'm saying? Like we paying them off for something. And I just want to know what secret they hold. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to Need the guy. It's gonna get like R. Kelly after a while. We ain't gonna be able to afford to make a payment, and they gonna tell it all. They gonna tell it all, man. Back to this story, man. Old boy said there's no doubt in his mind his wife would be here today and be celebrating Mother's Day Sunday with her boys if she was a Caucasian woman. The reality is that on April 12, 2016, when we walked in the Cedars-Sinai Hospital for what we expected to be the happiest day of our lives, the greatest risk factor for his wife was racism. Now, apparently, man, they did this woman whole C-section in like 15 minutes. Whole surgery. Cut her open, took the baby out, stitched it back up, everything. 15 minutes. Like, god damn, dog, they take longer than eat a sandwich. Then you took on my wife. Now, apparently, she was bleeding on the inside there and cut her up real bad on the inside. And but it and seen the blood in the in the in the colostomy bag or whatever, and he tried to get their attention. They just how they do it sometimes. Like we just want attention for some fucking reason. But man, I for one hope that they able to. You know what's fucked though, cause a lot of these doctors and stuff. Yeah, yeah. A lot of these doctors and stuff, they be a part of lobby. Same thing that I say we as black people gotta get some lobby. Now, the thing about it, they got these lobbyists to put limits on the amount that you can sue them for malpractice. And for me, once you put a limit on it, you made it easier for them to be careless. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, if you take it upon yourself to become one of those esteemed professions, a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer, one of the professions that are glorified when you're in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? If you take it upon yourself, paramedic, them kind of jobs, all the stuff that's glorified when you're a kid, you know what I'm saying? These are upstanding positions in the community. Well, if that's the case, you should be held to a higher standard. I shouldn't. My doctor shouldn't come to surgery if he got situations going on in his life that's gonna have his mind somewhere else other than my surgery. Because he would have to know that if he fuck up my surgery, it's a chance that he could never work. Because I can sue him for so much money because he was. Nah, trust and believe. I understand mistakes happen. You're practicing medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like mistakes happen. I understand that. But if it's because now you can't ask nobody to be 100% perfect. And I understand that you can't ask nobody to be 100% all the time. But if you was off because of something you did, if you came to work with a hangover, you know what I'm saying? If you came to work high on some pills, if you made decisions that was just so erroneous that nobody can understand how you came to that conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you fucked around and made a mistake on the medicine, I understand that your practice. You know what I'm saying? That's something you shouldn't be sued for. I don't like how myself. I know they have to goddamn go through this and that to try to figure out what's wrong with you. They don't never really know all the way what's wrong with you. I understand that. But if it's something you did, you know what I'm saying? Like that other nurse that got sentenced the other week, I don't think she should have got sentenced. She made an honest mistake. Yeah. But you go into a surgery and you should take 15 minutes to do the surgery. As a parent, you had something else you were trying to go do. You know what I'm saying? My wife didn't get the proper attention of your day. You know, I mean, come on, man, 15 minutes. And of course, the hospital is fighting the lawsuit and everything, but they're gonna probably end up settling for the 200,000. Because I think that's the limit that they can settle for. It's like $250,000. We gotta stop these lobbyists from being a side. If we as a country could come together and put all our money in things that we really want it to be, because for the most part, man, white Americans and black Americans have the same belief. For the most part, we believe the same exact shit, but we are easily fooled and we're easily tricked into feeling like this part is saying one thing and this part is saying another thing. But at the end of the day, both of them pretty much saying the same shit. You know what I'm saying? The big difference to me, like I've always said, the only major difference between Republicans and Democrats want to give you free shit to keep you in change. Republicans want to goddamn let you go get them. You know, and ain't neither one of them cool because ain't neither one of them talking about giving us the head start that they ancestors received. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking about that. You know, and I actually listened to a little bit of Herschel Walker talk today. And this morning. He did an interview on Fox News. He don't sound as dumb as I thought he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he gained a little bit of my respect. I might have to listen to him say a few more things, but you know, I feel like he's on the black agenda a bit hard right now. He really want to win this thing. He got to make it about all of Georgia and not just black and brown Georgia. You know what I'm saying? He got to make it about all of us. But see, that's the key, man. We need a president that'll make everybody feel good. You understand what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you could get a president where everybody was all right. This guy being the president. You know what I'm saying? He was refined. We ain't have no dirt on him. You know what I'm saying? We just need somebody that air. No, like, I don't understand how niggas got behind Joe Biden in the first place. Joe Biden ain't never rolled with us till Barack came by and he saw he had a chance to probably become president himself. If he hadn't been Barack Obama vice president, Joe Biden had no route to the White House. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, in the what 11, 12 years, however many years it been that Joe Biden been at the White House, ain't nobody tell you nothing positive for black people that he did. Like even even this story right here, what we talking about with Kamala Harris. What's the title of the story? VP Harris urges White House to make black maternal health a national priority. Notice the subject. Notice the sentence urges White House to make black. No, she didn't say made it happen. Did it? I've actually read the press release when they did the maternal health, and man, they put a lot of money in the stuff, but it's for all mothers. But they'll give you this article and make you think they're doing stuff for black people, but it ain't. And then more than likely, it'll be harder for black people to actually get access to the resources. You know, man, you have to fill out paperwork and stuff like that. And you can't just click and get this kind of stuff. It ain't stuff like that. You have to really know the route to get your hands on this kind of money. They say VP Harris has plans to invest around $500 million federal dollars, reducing maternal mortality and morbidity rate. It's like they just throw around money, man. Like it ain't shit. But they just won't throw none to the hood, man. They won't throw none to help, but they throwing around. And see, they'll get that 500 million away, goddamn. But it's a lot of their friends gonna end up getting some money behind that. I watched the interview by Kamala Harris the other day, man. I ain't know she used to go with old Montel Williams to talk show. And Judge O'Brien said she done fucked her way to the top. That was Judge O'Brien said. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wasn't there. But he said he was there. Judge Joe said he was there. He seen it, goddamn. How she done used that thing to get her where she wanna be. Um, I ain't gonna keep talking about her. I'm gonna let that go. We're gonna move on to our next story, I reckon. But I did want to bring some attention to these people out there in California. We need to get behind them and support them. This is something that we really actually need to get behind and support because we support a lot of bullshit. We support a lot of bullshit, but we don't support shit that really need to be supported. We'll support the latest music video to come out. But this man right here really need our Facebook posts. He needs our tweets. He needs us talking about this so they can possibly. And he's trying to actually change things. He ain't just fighting to get his money. He's also fighting so that people that come behind him won't have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like, right? Because most of us would just be concerned about getting out. But he actually trying to make change. He trying to get them to enact bills where the malpractice lawsuits won't have no limit to them. You know, back in the day, You could sue your daughter for 17, 20 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They fucked something up. And they got tired of getting hit like that. Their insurance went sky high. They couldn't be a doctor no more.
Yeah.
So they got their money together and made it where you can't sue them like that no more. We can't let them outdo us though, man. Cause it's way more us than it is doctors.
Right.
It's way more patients than it is doctors. You know what I'm saying? The same way doctors got a union, patients need a lobbying union. You know, because they turn it into that everything's a competition in this country. If you got a force fighting against you, you better have your force fighting with you. You understand? And until people get it together and understand what the game is all about, the game ain't rigged. You just gotta start playing. You know, only thing you need to play is a few dollars. You know, everybody put in a few dollars. A few dollars for everybody go a long way. You know, ain't nobody got to jump out there. Whoop, whoop, man, we got to start somewhere. You know, I don't know who that started. Or Tupac said he might not change the world, but he might spark the voice of the brain that'll change the world. Somebody out here got to go ahead and be that voice, man. We need that voice. But right now we falling, man. We falling, man, and ain't nobody. And, yeah, man, the fucked up thing about it, though, if we falling and we keep looking for other folk to catch us, man, like, man, in 2022, man, better catch ourselves. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we done had a good 50, 60 year run, man. Goddamn, we stopped out here doing bullshit and actually got down, start participating in this thing called life, man. It ain't about you. It's about getting your people to a place. Everybody else is fighting for their people. Motherfucking everybody. Muslims, goddamn Indians, everybody else is doing something for their people. We ain't doing shit for our people. So they tricked us into thinking that we was our own enemies. And we ain't. It ain't no black man out there that's making another black man not be able to get no money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no kind of way that a black man is stopping you from getting money. Even if even if you in the dope game and somebody tell you you can't sell on that corner, you can deal with it one way. You can just go sell on another corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't hard. Ain't nobody gonna just stop you from getting the money. But you out here, it's white people that can stop you from getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? They can put a stop to everything. And until we figure out again, man, where we at and where we stand, man, we it ain't about people being enemies, nothing like that. I don't want nobody to ever think that's what I'm saying. That, but we got to play on equal playing ground if we want to really be treated equal. We got to start doing the same things they do. You know, if you played baseball and David Justice was hitting 400, knocking out about 50 home runs a year, the best way for you to figure out how to do that would be to ask him and do it the same way he do it. And that's all I'm saying. We got to figure out that we playing this game and we got to play it the way they do it. Huh? Nah, I ain't gonna call it. Oh man, but this lady, she a nurse. She said when I see my black patients come in, I say an extra prayer. Because you do have racism, very much so in the operating. And I mean that's something we done knew. We done knew, man. We done seen how shit go down. We done seen how the situation turn. Yeah, man, we just keep the people in our prayers and hope the best outcome for 'em, man. We're gonna move on to our next story of the day. An 11-year-old boy sends assistant principal to the hospital for following a heart. I'm gonna go ahead and start discussion out like this. Y'all ever had a principal you want to put hands on? You ain't never want to put hands on that. I wanted the principal. What about you? Oh,
No story, bro.
see, yeah, man, goddamn. Mr. Shuey paddled me in like the 7th grade, and I wanted to beat the shit out of him when he got through. Goddamn, I ain't really care for that. He didn't get me 2 times.
Yeah.
Goddamn, 'cause I stood up. I was like, no, man, I got suspended because I didn't take the rest of my pallet. I was supposed to get like 4 licks. He got like 2 in. I was like, no. No, this ain't finna go. Give me them 3 days, man. You hit me again, we finna goddamn tie that goddamn office up, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. No. I thought I could take it, man. 'Cause, I take these 4 licks. I ain't got to tell my mom. I done got in no trouble. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take these 4 licks. I'm with it. Man, I went in that motherfucker. That motherfucker hit me that second time. Man, like the first time that hurt. That second time, no, like he caught me with a cone or something, fam. I was like, no. No, man, goddamn. We finna hit in the motherfucking dog. We finna hit. Go ahead and call my mom, man. Go ahead and call my mom. We finna take it to the house. Hell yeah, dog. Now, this guy in Charleston, the Charleston Police Department said they responded to an assault at the Charleston County School that sent the assistant principal to the hospital. God damn. But the assistant principal used to be like a coach or something, man. He supposed to be able to beat the shit out of that boy. Yeah. I ain't on cap. I ain't finna let no child whoop my ass, man. I am not. I don't give a damn. You grown enough to draw your hand back. You grown enough to take that whipping I'm finna give to you. Man, I'm gonna beat you so bad that I'm gonna end up taking my belt off for real, goddamn. And I'm gonna whoop you with my belt when I get through with you, goddamn little nigga. Man, I wish, man, a little 11-year-old. A little 11-year-old. Oh, I had that boy picked up like this, just looking at it. Oh, what the hell wrong with you, boy? Then, nah, the victim at the scene, the assistant principal of the school told the officer that she pulled an 11-year-old student out the class to clean up a mess he made in the boy's bathroom. This led to an argument, and the student turned around and cussed her, then struck her in the face. The victim said the student started to kick and punch her torso while she was attempting to stop. Eventually, the two parties were separated, and the student was brought to the principal's office. Investigators saw a red marking above the eye where she was struck. She was taken to the hospital for evaluation. The student said, now he didn't make a mess in the bathroom and that he was tired of the principal telling him what to do. After striking her, the student said he tried to leave, but the victim stopped him, so he had to strike her again. Police asked the student if he felt the assistant principal deserved it. The student said that yeah, and he didn't feel bad about it. Another staff member at the school told officers that she had been assaulted by the same student recently. Bruising was seen on the staff member's arm and from the alleged incident, the report stated. No arrests have been made because of the student's age. 11 years old. I'm going to just put this out there. I want to ask y'all. If 11-year-old in Milledgeville beat up the principal, what you think?
Can't come out and did it. It was too
He definitely gets some handcuffs put on. He is definitely getting some handcuffs put on. Now we've been going around with these stories about a lot of these kids going ham. So I got to doing a little research and everything. I ran across this article. If y'all want to check it out, it's Aggressive Child Behavior Part 1, Fighting in School and Home. It broke down some interesting things, man. And it was like it's a lot fighting against among kids is on the rise. It seems like it's happening more now than ever. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more social media. We just got more access to what's going on in the world. Like you hear more about it. We did a lot of fighting and shit when I was a kid too, but when nobody had no video of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, this part is what I really agree with. It says for one reason or another, many children are not learning the problem solving skills they need in order to avoid getting into a physical fight. We talked about that yesterday with the fact that people don't have to learn communication. A lot of times we just have a poor, especially I can't speak about other people. I can only speak this thing from a black person, a black man's point of view. Black men have a hard time communicating with each other for the most part. One disagreement, nigga think he thought to hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't agree to disagree. And sometimes it's just cool to agree to disagree. When people have different way they raised and different other things, they gonna see things a different way. Both of y'all can be right. It's depending on your point of view. And just because you got a point of view don't mean I got to be able to see it, bro. See it. I growed up in the country in John County. It's some things I might not know about growing up in the hood in Milledgeville. You know what I'm saying? It's just some things I don't know. I can't talk about. I can't get mad and tell y'all wrong. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't have that ability to be able to decide. Well, man, it's just those things are different. A lot of people can't understand that this man is in the game because his mama bought a house over him or his grandma bought land over him back in the 40s and 50s and shit. And that's why this man ended up in the blood gang, or that's why this man ended up in the other gangs and everything like that. You can't differentiate that. So all you can differentiate is that I'm supposed to be mad. Your brain is on a one way track. I'm supposed to be mad. But why? And this thing right here, this question, this article asked a real important question. It said instead of asking kids why they did something, the best question to ask them is what was your intention? You know what I'm saying? I think I'm saying it right. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. No, what were you trying to accomplish? And I'm like, man, that could make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they say when you ask somebody why they did something, you leaving a room for them to lie to you. As a matter of fact, they say you're teaching them to lie to you because when you most of the time when you ask your baby why you did it right here, when they don't answer you, you're gonna come back and say you did it because such and such. You're gonna start answering it for it. I mean that's me speaking as a parent of what you gonna do. You know, because they gonna sit there and just look at you. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna start offering them answers and they gonna pick one. So what you're teaching them is to lie to you. But if you ask them what were they trying to accomplish, they can tell you what they were trying to make happen. You know what I'm saying? And you're liable to get a more thought out answer. But I thought that was interesting, man. I thought that was interesting. And also talked about the three types of fighting. I thought that was interesting. They said oppositional and defiant fighting, verbal abuse and temper tantrums, and angry and antagonistic behavior. You don't think about people all in the being fighting, but it is. You know what I'm saying? You verbally spar and you fight with each other. You know what I'm saying? And if that shit keeps up, it turns into physical spar. So you got to be able to de-escalate. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause everybody ain't got sense. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to realize when you're talking to somebody who ain't got no sense. You know what I'm saying? That's the first step. You got to understand rationale ain't gonna affect this guy at all. I can be as rational as I want to be. This guy think the way he think, so I just got to be able to let him have. You know what I'm saying? You being able to let people have shit will save you so much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not giving a so what the fuck do it matter to you what he think? He finna leave and go his way, you gonna leave and go your way eventually. What he think ain't gonna bother you at all. So why is it your job to change the way he think? Shit, life will teach him otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I done seen people that life be beating the shit out of them and they still don't got down. They still keep doing the same thing. Now, the last article I got on this thing right here is can students be charged legally for things that happen at school? And shit, I know in Georgia you can. I know in Georgia you can get a fair charge.
They lock people up at high school. Get the fight.
Yeah, yeah. In Georgia you gonna get locked up. Now they say elementary schools is still free game. You can fight elementary school. The police ain't coming to get you. Once you get to middle school, police coming to get you, but they ain't gonna give you no. They gonna pretty much hit you with some shit. They gonna give you a little community thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Gonna hit you with something like that. Try to scare you straight type shit. You know what I'm saying? What? And how y'all feel about that, man? What you think they ought to do with kids fighting in school? Back in my day, man, you was still 16, 17, get the hit and you just going home 3 days. Right. How y'all think it ought to be hung?
People like that, man.
Locking them up? Or the 3 days?
3 days.
Word.
Oh, y'all did.
Word, my bad.
My mom was straight locking them in.
Oh, so you think that we should have stayed at the old school way?
Don't keep them home a couple days.
Yeah, let them come on back. I mean, school is supposed to be for teaching. I mean, not just learning what they want you to learn, but behavioral wise. Supposed to teach you
How to survive out here.
Yeah, in the street. Come back, they should have a family meet, old kids, old family.
then not only that, you damaging the kid record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like middle school, elementary school, they already got where they said they charged them with like simple afraid.
Yeah, something like that.
But
That's still a charge.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's still a charge that you got on your record before you even got there. You know, juvenile do get sealed. The juvenile record is gonna get sealed. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. They really just giving them a slap on the wrist at the end of the day. The most to me the most damaging part about it is the fact that you lose trust in the police at that moment. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the first time the police put them handcuffs on you, put you in the back of the car, you don't fuck with the police no more. You know what I mean?
Hey, I bet you a lot of people ain't gonna see it, but I bet you if you was to get in any trouble after 18, they had them records. They could pull it.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They want a guy.
They was
since he was laughing to it.
yeah.
Yeah, they can forget it if they want to get it. That shit ain't never completely sealed and wiped away. But we're gonna move on to the next story, man. I think I can say it. This one right here, we're gonna talk about this NIA. Archie Manning said he's concerned about the Wild West NIL. He said, I do know I love the game of college football. I don't know. Everybody know Archie Manning got the two sons, Peyton and Eli, both on the one Super Bowl. He played in the NFL in the 60s with the Saints, the Oilers, and the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? He done made plenty of money. Everybody, all his kids done made plenty of money. And now what he's saying is that he don't want these kind of kids to be getting all this money. And I think that's pretty fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't I don't know how they need to balance this thing out or whatever, but I'm glad that these kids is finally getting able to get some money off this shit. Everybody else been getting money off this shit. And then the cool way about man, the NCAA so cool and slick, man. They figured out a way to allow the athletes to get paid, but still none of it come out their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like that's nasty, bro. We figured out a way to pay the athletes, and none of it come out of our pocket, man. We still get to keep the same machine we had going, but all of us still getting mega rich, and we make other folks pay the motherfucking cost for the athlete to come here. Nigga, that's fucking genius. That is genius, bro. Like, and not to hate Archer Manning, this guy, him. To me, he's just the wrong person to say this. You know, because man, a lot of these athletes are coming up from nothing. When they get on campus, they might be able to afford to send them $50, $100. So they trying to still take care of these children that's still home and keep the house and everything in order. Now, you talking about somebody like that, you telling him he don't need no NIL money. When I look back at Archie Manning to see if he ever was a guy, no, you know, if he had grown up in poverty, I might would have, I might would have gave a second look at it. But when in 1950, when Archie was coming up, his dad had worked at a tractor equipment store or some shit like that. He was making about $6,000 a year. The article actually had the nerve to say he was making only $6,000 a year. So you know me, I'm interested. Okay, how much was $6,000 really worth back in 1950? In 1950, $6,000 was like $74,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So his and his mama was a stay at home mom. You know what I'm saying? So they were making was equivalent to the day of a family making $74,000 a year. So they were straight. You know what I'm saying? They could afford to send their child to school. You know what I'm saying? Archie Manning never had to worry about if he was gonna be able to eat today. You know what I'm saying? Man, a lot of them college athletes, they fucked around and missed the motherfucking meal, nigga. That's all they could eat because a lot of them didn't have no money.
Then they want to watch someone in college. They start paying to watch so many.
Was doing the side shit.
College, they were doing so many other things to get money. What you mean? They had to survive.
I got to survive, man. I'm on TV every goddamn week. I got bitches coming at me, and I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money, man. Goddamn. I can't even sell my fucking jersey. Nigga, I can't even sell my autograph. I can't write my name and get $100 for it, nigga. Nigga, it's my name. If I get caught signing something and somebody give me some money behind it, I'm gonna not be able to play. What kind of shit is that, man? Nah, everybody want to know. Well, I want to know here, and I ain't gonna say everybody want to know. I want to know exactly how this NIL thing was. So the NIL, I don't know if y'all know or not, but I'm gonna act like y'all know. It stands for name, image, like that mean that everybody get to get paid off of their name, image, and likeness. I know y'all remember them O'Bannon twins, right? They played for UCLA back then. The O'Bannon twins that took the NCAA to court, got them over that basketball game where they had them in it and shit, and they couldn't make no money off the motherfucker. So they took the NCAA to court for selling that shit, and that's why a lot of this shit came to fruition. The O'Bannon boys started a whole heap of this art and making all this noise. Um, let's see, his lawsuit was in the 2010. Him and LeBron James sat next to the California governor and signed a bill into law that made it illegal for state schools to prohibit athletes from making money. And see, once California did it, all the other places got to do it because you don't want California to be able to get all the athletes because they can pay their athletes. So now if they can pay their goddamn, everybody got to be able to pay it. You got to, especially if you got a good college program. Look at
stay here to the game. You gonna lose that?
look at the places that goddamn signed they own in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, New Mexico, Texas. Goddamn, like all the big powerhouse states.
SEC, man. Texas and New Mexico, they had it on because they get a lot of those athletes too. Good athletes. No, hey, they do good things.
Yeah, man. And so now these people they able to make money off their social media posts, advertisement, videos on Twitter and YouTube, and it kind of training lessons, summer camps, autograph, merchandise sales. They could get a free meal. They can do all that shit that they used to. Motherfucker used to couldn't even get a free meal. Well, how you gonna tell that motherfucker this son been trying to show me some love because I scored a touchdown last week. And I can't even get the motherfucking plate? Nigga. Now, of course, all the schools that ain't worth a damn, they mad and they acting like just because of the NIL, all them good players getting all them good teams getting all the good. But man, who the fuck was going to Colorado anyway, man? Goddamn, ain't nobody trying to go to Colorado. They making the most noise. Goddamn. To me, all the good players still going to the same motherfucking school that they were going to before, cause all them teams, the one got all the money to make things happen for you. You know what I mean?
And then like
All Colorado need to do is take some of that reefer money and goddamn buy them a couple players they sell, and then they can get in the game.
right. So I'm saying like every good player that went to that school ain't getting paid. I'm saying
Now everybody ain't gonna be able to get no check,
yeah,
goddamn.
everybody ain't getting no check.
But
You really
you better start getting everybody a check, cause the way they got that transfer shit set up now, the way you can transfer at the end of every year. If you got a player ain't getting paid, another team gonna tell him they'll pay him and he'll be gone next year. So you better make sure all your starters need to be getting some kind of check. Everybody ain't gonna be getting a big boy check, but you need to set it up. In today's NCAA football, if you got a starting player on your team that ain't getting a check, he won't be there next year. He won't be there next year. He might transfer in the middle of the season. I think they can start transferring like week 7 or some shit like that. Yeah, they can got them. They can just get out. And, they just won't play no more that year, but they got to already be headed to the other school and everything. Now, it is some things I think they do need to fix about that shit.
I like the fact that your name got to speak for yourself, so you got to get out of the phone.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
You got to put yourself out there when you get a chance. So you got to perform to get people who want to invest in you or send you money or whatever.
Yeah, and ain't no bomb nigga finna get no check.
Then that's good for the people that you really do got it. That's pretty good too, because you know you just want to still.
Hey,
If y'all got a certain amount that y'all.
I believe everybody on Georgia starting lineup gonna get a check.
Yeah,
It gonna be a pretty decent check too. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a pretty decent check too. Everybody on Alabama starting check gonna get a check.
Because
Florida,
you gonna know they start. I mean, everybody knows.
I mean, and it's only fair, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all, man, you got to imagine how that used to feel back in the day, man. You got there, you the talk of the town. Everybody talking about you, and you can't even afford to go in this restaurant and eat. And if you go in here and people try to buy you something, you might not can play next week. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy. That shit
Do they
crazy.
put stipulations on it and shit, man? What if the motherfucker get hurt?
And no stipulation.
Get hurt. Oh,
But you done already got money. You already got your money. You know what I'm saying? And you get hurt, a lot of that, as long as you don't let your celebrity die,
yeah.
you still be straight. You know what I'm saying? Cause they want you just posting on Twitter and shit like that. You can do that shit, goddamn hurt. You can do your whole rehab and everything, document that shit, goddamn the road back. Shit, you might end up making more money than a nigga playing.
Like before you get money, you gonna have to work your way back.
Yeah.
Keep your name alive.
Yeah, man. Stay, but as long as you
If
stay
you want
relevant.
that money, you get hurt. What you have to do? You want to make some NFL, you have to come back hard. Come back hard. But that's a good thing that they ain't got to use their money if they get hurt. So like program got they got that.
Yeah, they'll be able to rehab and everything at the facility. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to them to be good enough to be back on the team next year. Now we're gonna move on to happy stories real quick. We got the history of Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day, everybody right here. I want to shout out my mama. Mama, happy Mother's Day to you. You know what I'm saying? I see you in a little bit. I know you're gonna be pulling up. So they're gonna tell your mom happy Mother's Day.
Earlier, man. She calling me now.
Who were
I seen the missed call.
word. The American incarnation of Mother's Day was created by Anna Jarvis in 1908 and became an official U.S. holiday in 1940. Now, they say the earliest history of Mother's Day was called Mothering Day. It was an early Christian festival that was in the UK. They kept on doing that for a while, and then they shifted into something that's more like the one we do today, where they just started getting their mama's flowers and shit. But 2022, you got to damn near get your mom a car. So if you on Instagram today, boy, you ought to see some of them gifts these mamas getting, boy. You make it hard for a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? You make it hard for a regular guy. Yeah, man. You regular man to make it feel like you ain't doing a goddamn thing. It do, man. I used to didn't know what Will Smith was buying his old lady. You know what I'm saying? I think that was between him and his old lady. But now Will gonna show me. Will gonna show me what he bought her, man. God damn, like man.
Or at least you had to wait till a certain show came on TV. Like yeah, they were doing, I mean, their house, doing all they got. Oh man, it don't take 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. Nigga been went live on you.
Everywhere.
That's why it's so hard growing up nowadays, man. Like I didn't feel the pressure to have a Gucci belt when I was 10 years old. Like, no, man. Like I didn't feel that kind of pressure, man. And right now, man, that's a lot of pressure to be growing up on. Dog. That's a lot of pressure to be growing up on. Everybody got to be a millionaire by the time as soon as they grown, they got to be a millionaire. Nigga, them some tough expectations to live up to right now. Man, shit, social media showing people that making it look like it's easy. Got ain't nobody goddamn FaceTiming from jail. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. They get that quick money, man. They be on Instagram and shit for maybe a year or two, then they gone. You know what I'm saying? Then they gone. Niggas be sensations for a little while, man. They ain't FaceTiming when the law kicking in the door, though. Goddamn, you don't get to see none of them pictures on the ground. We just talk about them on him. Now, my next story, of course, I can't leave without going to Florida.
Right.
It is Mother's Day, and we all love our mama. Now, a Yo Mama joke led to a battery arrest in Florida. A Florida man was arrested Thursday after getting into a fight over a joke, according to deputies in Pinellas County. Hold on. Ah, boy, hit me up. The sheriff's office said the 38-year-old suspect of Clearwater was speaking to the victim when he asked what the victim's prom dress looked like. The victim responded with a yo mama joke, which allegedly didn't sit well with the suspect. Deputy said he put his hand around the victim's neck in response. Deputies did not disclose the specific joke. Now, I don't know the specific joke either, but I would like to say that it might be one of these that I got coming up. Man. We finna throw around a couple of your mama jokes real quick on Mother's Day. Y'all feel free to take one with you. Oh man, man, they don't want me to see them on Mother's Day. They don't want me to see them. I'm trying to get. This one said, "Your mama so old of you." We done all heard your mama so ugly. Your mama so stupid. She got locked in a mattress. Slept.
Ah.
Your mama so dumb when the doctor told her she had coronavirus. She bought a new laptop. Your mama so old. She was a waitress at the Last Supper. Your mama so dumb. She put a watch in a piggy bank. Your mama so lazy. She got to stay at home job. Your mama so dumb. She called me to ask for my phone. Y'all go ahead and take that. Tuning in. Don't forget to hit the bell, hit the like button, hit the. Oh man, that's right. We ain't hit gave y'all another long power in a long time. What we on now? 12. Let me check it out. There go that bell, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that motherfucker. Man, that bell came late as hell, but I picked up a book and everything. Bell done got high too. Let's see, what was law number 12? I think, let's see here. Which one I remember? Yeah, we did 11 the other day. We on 12. No, you right. Oh, we on 13, man. We on 13. I forget. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. If you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance and good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request and your alliance with him that will benefit him and emphasize it out of all proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something to be gained for himself. But that is nasty as fuck right there. But y'all don't take that one right there and make a couple dollars a day. And you ain't know what you're doing. We're gonna go ahead and jump about this thing, man. We're gonna hit them with this SO8 beat one more time. But that beat be riding. So I go ahead and get him freestyle real quick. Hopefully it's have more kids. Yeah. We ain't got none other blunt roll.
Hey, Sauce, man, this beat crazy.
It's your boy. Taking me. I got to go. That's my nigga. We be chillin' in this time. Don't give a fuck, man. We don't stop. That beat. Put the L-double-O-C. We been this shit. Went back and 03. Man. When shit was really live. We still do some drive-by. Make the niggas say, ah. That shit was live. Man. Back in 05. Man. Man, it came to time. Man. That nigga got ran down. Remember when he got on stage? He said, well, my time. Hey. Them niggas that done got. He hurried up and got in that shit. Well, I'm out of here, man. I just fucking around with y'all, man. It's been another episode of the Real Spill with Shyne Shin. I hope y'all done had fun, man. Check back in with us again tomorrow, man. We got another video.